welcome to Old Time Knits. This is episode 36. Today is July 30th, 2024. My name is Marie and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Old Time Knits. If this is your first time here, welcome. This is a podcast mostly about knitting, sometimes crochet, and currently spinning. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. So get comfortable, get something to knit, and come on in and let's get started. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start with finished objects as usual, and my first one was a work in progress in my last video, and here it is. Pair of socks. One down. I absolutely loved these. These are so much fun. Little ankle socks. First time I've made shorty socks. Not super short, but nevertheless short. So I do not have a pattern for my socks. Sorry, I just love this yarn so much. These are DK. They're on a US 3.25 millimeter needle, and the yarn I'm using, I showed these the last time so I won't spend too much time on it, is by Yarnberry, and it is in her classic DK, which is 75-25, 246 yards, and the color was Old Glory. I just loved this color so much. And then I just did a couple of rows of stripes using some random minis that I had. I actually think the blue one came with the yarn. It was a sock set, so I just love them. I finished them right after my last podcast, so I decided to tuck them away. I'm trying to get a little bit of a stockpile of socks for the winter because I wear my hand knit socks all the time. All right, and then the next thing off of my needles is, and I just want to say that most of what I have today are small items because like the rest of the US, we've been in hot weather. So I've been trying to find small things or little things that don't make me so hot. It's another pair of socks. Look at this yarn. Oh, I love it so much. Again, DK weight. This blocker isn't quite the right size for these, sorry. Yeah, DK weight. I cast on 48 stitches, 1x1 rib for I think I did them a little bit longer on these ones, maybe 15 rounds, maybe 20. 35 rounds. 40 rounds, sorry, on the leg, heel, flapping gusset, and then however many rounds on the foot for the measurement. On a US 3.25 millimeter needle, if I didn't say that already. Okay, and the yarn that I'm using is one of my favorites, Dark Lake Fiber Arts, and it's in the Wildflower colorway, in her DK 75-25 piece. And here's her information. Love, love, love this color. So cute. I have just a little nugget left. Hang on, Troublemaker is here. Come on. Coming up. Come on, Molly. Why is it that they're sound asleep, and as soon as I pick up the camera, here she comes? You know, she's got to just be involved. Come on. Here she comes. I don't know if anybody can actually see her. Can you say hello? There she is. Sorry for the intrusion. She was knocking the camera. Anyway, I just love how it did this like micro striping, if you will. And the heels, toes, and cuffs are a random skein. I think I have it right here. Here. This is also DK, obviously. Expression Fiber Arts. and it is in their Dewy DK in the colorway Autumn Splendor. This is very, very soft yarn, very nice, and they're kidding when they say Dewy DK. So yeah, so that is finished object number 2. I love having the socks like that. It really is, it makes it great. We're not all sweaty with a sweater on my lap. All right, finished object number 3. We are attending a retreat in Maine in September. I went last year and I'm going to go again this year, and they are collecting hats, charity hats, and so I made a hat. This is the Park View hat by Tracy Miller of the Grocery Girls. Super simple pattern. I've made this one quite a few times. It's very easy to follow. I used a US 8 5mm needle, and the yarn that I'm using is from a homespun house, and this is her fingering base. Honestly, it doesn't say, oh, I take that back. It was a sock set, Little Spruce and Barley, 75-25 merino nylon. And I held it double because the pattern calls for DK. Yeah, this was a Christmas colorway from Homespun House. Super cute. So, yeah, so I just did that hat. Put it on for you. It's a little hot for hats, but there you go. It's cute. Very simple. I like this because you don't have to think a whole lot about what you're doing, and so it's a great project to take on the go. I did that while I was camping. I think I may even have a picture somewhere of me sitting by the campfire. If I can find that, I'll pop that in so you can see. I posted it over on Instagram. Everybody gets excited when they see us sit around the campground, around the campfire knitting. It's such a fun thing to do. All right, and then my next finished object is also another hat, and it's just a basic 1x1 stockinette, and then decreases at the top. Maybe this is the one I had at the campfire. I haven't blocked this yet. I need to block it. I did do this one a little bit smaller. I think I might have done it a little too short. With the ribbing. I should have gone a little bit further, but nevertheless you can wear it like this and it's perfectly fine. If you want to flip it up, it would, you know, it'd be like a little kid's beanie. Doesn't fit too good, but like this is good. So this is great yarn. I did this on a US 7. What is that? 4.5mm needle? I think so. This is Junction Fiber Mill, and it is their Making Tracks. This is not the correct color, but I wanted to show you the actual band so that you could see it. Junction Fiber Mill, they're located in White River Junction, Vermont, and they're great women. It's 210 yards and a DK weight. This is not the color. This color is called Valley Fog. Let's see if I can show it to you there. So pretty, right? I love this yarn. It knits up very nice, but this is the actual remainder of what I had, and I want to say, I cannot find my band, but I want to say this is the Constellation colorway. I'm pretty sure. And it just knits up so nice. This is going to be a very, very warm hat. Yeah. I did not have a pattern for this. I don't even know how many stitches, but I do have project pages for everything. I think I might have to go make a project page for that. I'm not sure if I have what do you call it, pictures yet, but anyway, you get the idea. So yeah, a couple of hats, a couple of socks. It's summer. Hey, let's get on to the whips. So I was doing some organization in my stash, and I came across I decided to pull out all of my remaining self-striping DK yarn. And I did do that because I really want to use it up, and mostly because I'm selfish and I'd like to purchase some new self-striping, and I don't want to just keep purchasing and purchasing and not using what I have. The colors that I have are great, and there's no reason I haven't used them by now. So I am going to work through them. I will insert a quick little video of, if I haven't already, of those 12 skeins. So then I figured if I could actually bang these out by the end of the year. I set a very light goal for myself, and it would be a pair of socks every 2 weeks. I think I have 12 skeins remaining. So anyway, that is just a hopeful, silly little goal. Again, DK, so it goes so much faster. But all that blabbering to say, I've started the process, and here's my first sock. This is a sock for my granddaughter, so it's just a little shorty. Super cute, right? Love this one. It's so bright and cheerful. All right, so this is Polka Dot Creek in their 75-25 DK weight, in the gingerbread colorway, gingerbread house. So I have one down, and I just barely cast on the second one. But yeah, this yarn is so fun. Love it. It's really soft. Polka Dot Creek has to be my favorite, if not my favorite, one of my top 5 favorites for their DK. It's just fantastic. It wears well, and it always knits so nicely. And I mean, look at the colors. Come on, so beautiful. So this is 40 stitches, 2x2 rib, and then I think I started to do like 15 rows on the leg before I hit the heel on these, because I found that the kids needed just a little bit more length there so that it wasn't fitting them all wonky. And then heel flap and gusset, and I think I did 40 rounds on the foot, and then a rounded toe. Excuse me. This is just some random stash. Honestly, I wish I could remember the name of it. I made Eloise a pair of socks in it, and then there was a lot left over, so it's here. I do not know who this is. I really don't. But I thought it was fun. It's kind of like a peppermint candy going with our gingerbread house. So this this will be the first of the 12 skeins that that I will be banging out. I'm a little behind. I'm a little behind schedule. I should have had this one done by now and just be casting on the next one, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a very loose goal, and if it happens, great, and if it doesn't, no big deal in my eyes. So that was the first work in progress, and then the second work in progress is I just just threw my yarn across the room. Excuse me. There we go. Is another sock. Let me see if I can pop it on a blocker. Looks so much nicer when you pop them on blockers. This is a Christmas gift, which I'm still working on all of those as well. Here it is. Oh, this is a hard one to give up. I really wanted to keep this one for myself. Look at the speckles on this yarn. Crazy, crazy beautiful. Ah, oh, so good. Sorry, grab a drink of water here. This yarn is, I know you'll probably recognize this name, it's Polypress Fibers. Oh, just loved it so much. This is her Lambkin's DK yarn. It is from Beatrix Potter inspired. The seeds we have sown 75.25 and 245. This is beautiful, beautiful yarn. Really, really nice. Yeah, Holly Press fibers. Can't remember if it's an Etsy situation or not. But anyway, here's what I'm working with. Look, gosh, the speckles are just so beautiful. Beautiful. And then for the cuff and toes, I just have a random mini out of my stash. And then this was the one for the heels. So they go so nice together. It pulls all the colors out of here. Oh, so good. So I have one done. And I don't know. I thought I had the other one going on, but I don't know where it is. That's silly. It's not here in the bag. Maybe Molly took it. Sometimes she does that. I don't know. Maybe I haven't cast the second one on. That's what it is. I just started, I just finished the toe on this. So, but yeah, look at the colors on this. So, so good. So good. That's talent to be able to speckle like that because, man, so good. All right, enough with the sock stuff. You guys are probably so sick of DK socks. Sorry about that. All right, and then my last work in progress is my I don't know where everything is. I'm a mess. Okay, I've got it all finally. Is a sweater. It's a cardigan, which I had just cast on my last episode. I haven't worked on this a huge amount, but I made a, fair amount of progress. If I can get it here. Okay, here it is. Oh, so hard to show. Little cardigan. So this is the Vodka Lemonade by Thea Coleman. And it has seed stitch button band, which really isn't a button band. It's just this particular cardigan lays open. I will pop in a picture so you can see it. But I really, really like the details on this, on the raglan increases, and it's on the front and the back. And it's just enough interest so that it keeps it interesting for you. It does, as you gradually go down it, eventually have some lace along the front, and and on the back. And I'm not sure I'm actually going to do that. I don't know. I'm just not sure that I really want the lace. I really like the lines of it just the way it is currently. I love that. I really like these details. So this has been a fun knit, easy knit. So I am using, here it is, it's moss. The color is moss. And it's the Elsbeth Levold Silky Wool, which you guys know my friend Judy at the Autumn Acorn loves this. And it's 45 wool, 35 silk, and 20% nylon. So this is actually, excuse me, considered a DK weight, but I have to say that I think it knits up more like a sport weight. It's not super thick. It's not quite fingering, not quite DK. I would guess more sport. So it takes a long time to get back and forth on this. I'm using a US 5 3.75 millimeter needle. And I can't think of much else I have to say. It will have 3/4 sleeve, I think. That's what it shows in the picture, so I'm probably going to do that. Oh, sorry, it is so hard to show. I can't wait to have this done. This is so light and lofty, and yeah, it's great. It really is. So I am slowly working my way through that as well. I haven't had a whole lot of extra time to um, sit and just focus in it on that. But we are heading out to go camping for a week, so I'm hoping to get some good time in on that too. So, okay, that is all I have on my needles, which isn't really very much at all. I do have one project for a future knit, which a very future knit. I was in touch with my local yarn store, and she is looking for a sample knit. So I think I'm okay to show this. I think so. So here is the pattern. It is called Izzy, or I'm not sure what it's actually called, but it's just a little shawl, a summer style, pretty simple. It almost looks crochet like. And this is the yarn that she has chosen, and it's a Noro. I've never used this yarn before. Natsumeki. It's cotton, silk, and polyamide. 60% cotton, 25% silk, and 15% polyamide. There's 150 grams, 480 meters, and it is classified as a light. So this ought to be very cool. So I am going to cast this on very shortly and take that with me on our vacation as well. So yeah, we are headed out for a week's vacation very shortly. Okay, that is pretty much it for the actual Nitty concert content this time. But I did want to talk about some spinning. I had been watching a couple of podcasters, Nancy at Knit Sip Happy and Leanne at the Nitty Stew, were both doing Tour de Fleece, which has ended at this point. But every time I see them with their little e-spinners, it just made me want to go ahead and try this. So I contacted Leanne, who was so gracious and so kind and so helpful, and asked her a few questions about these e-spinners. And I also talked to Nancy, who was as well just so helpful and had some great suggestions. And then I purchased a little Nano from Dreaming Robots. Now that is the smaller version of the electric spinner. And I watched a ton of YouTube videos, on how to spin and how to get going, and they have some great informative videos on the actual Nano itself. And I did okay with it, and I was pretty proud because I got a few spins in, and I mean, of course they're clunky and chunky, and I'll try and insert either some video or some pictures here of a few of my first spins. And that was really, really great. Well, Nancy suggested if I could find somebody locally and I could go sit with somebody. That was her suggestion. That was how she had learned. And so I did. And so I went and took a class from Trisha at Spinning Wheel Studio, and she's local to me here in New Hampshire. And it was the most wonderful 4 hours I've spent in a long time. She put me at a spinning wheel, and I had the basic concept in my head, but boy, did her knowledge and her kindness and her gentle way of teaching was just crazy good. When I sat down at that spinning wheel, I knew it was all over for me. It was so serene and comforting, and I don't know, it makes you have a huge appreciation for what those women did back in the day and how hard they had to work just to get through a day. But it was all over from that point on. I fell hard for it, and then I came home and I was able to apply my knowledge to my little e-spinner. I, however, could not get over how it felt to spin on a wheel. And through a whole bunch of connections and processes, I was able to find one on Facebook Marketplace for a fair price. And it was basically a brand new wheel that had only been used once. And landed myself a beautiful Lendrum spinning wheel and have been playing with it ever since. I can't even explain it. I can't even tell you how much in love I am with the process. It's just so awesome. I don't know, it hit me, and I've been having a great time with it. I didn't do anything with the Tour de Fleece, but I've been playing with it. Anyway, after I don't know, I feel like the whole process is very old-timey, if you will, which is my thing. You guys know I love old-time things, and it's really great. Okay, enough of that, I promise. But I did want to share some of the yarns. I will share them in video form, and maybe a little bit of footage of me spinning here at some point too. I'm by no means a pro. I'm still beginning and I'm still learning, and my yarn is definitely chunky and clunky. But every time I spin, I feel like it gets a little better, and I try and do a little bit of spinning every day, and I just love it. It is so exciting. So again, I will share some footage. I did not bring my yarns to show you here, but as just wanted to say a super special thank you to Nancy for taking the time to email me back and giving me some guidance and some direction, and then extra special as well to Leanne at the Nitty Stew. We've just been having a great old time messaging back and forth together, and she is the kindest, sweetest thing ever. She was so incredibly giving with her knowledge and her experience, and I just really appreciate it. So thank you, Leanne, if you're watching. Okay, I really think that is pretty much it, with the exception of one more thing. I'm very chatty today. I hope that's okay. I wanted to say that, part of the whole reason that I knit and that now I spin is because I want to surround myself with things that bring me back to my inner self, if you will. The world is such a noisy, busy place that when I come back home, I like to come into my zone and have myself surrounded with calm and quiet and kind things, and I'm always touched by the kindness that this fiber arts world has. I went to my local yarn store to get the supplies to do the next sample knit for them, and when I got there, Kelly said to me that a kind viewer of the podcast dropped off a little gift for myself and one for my friend Judy, because she just enjoys the podcast. What? I was like so smushy over that. It sounds so silly, but just to think that you impact somebody you don't even know you do that. And I wanted to share what she dropped off. So it was this little bag, and this is the maker. I'm not sure the full story on it yet. I just got this today, but there was a nice information brochure, and this is a local company with information on it. And it's a farm. They've got some goat milk soap and some other products. So in the bag was a little note with a great little sticker on it. Oh, was the sweetest note. I was completely caught off guard by this. And then there is a maker's salve in here, and it's comfrey. And this is supposed to be good for achy muscles, or if your fingers ache from knitting. And then there is a goat milk lotion bar in here as well. So Sue, if you are watching, I'm not going to say your full name, but you can't know how touched I was by this. When somebody goes out of their way to do a kind act like that, that just adds to my world and makes me smile so much. Another reason I love this whole process. Who knew? Who knew somebody would take the time to do that for little old me? I was so thrilled. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I know that Judy is totally going to enjoy her little gift as well. It was really, really sweet. Thank you. So anyway, all right, like I said, we are off very shortly for a camping trip. I do have a little bit of footage from what we've been up to for the past month or so, here and there, and I will pop it in here. And yeah, so I hope that everybody is well, and I hope whatever you're doing, it brings you that total engulfing, calm, content feeling that I have experienced in this past couple of weeks. And if you're not doing something that does that to you, then stop doing it and find something, because it's just so good for your soul. So, all right, I think that is probably it for this episode. I wish you well. The one more thing I wanted to say is that coming up soon, I will be coming along on my second podiversary, which is crazy. So we will have to have some sort of a little celebration for that. We will probably have a little giveaway. So stay tuned for that. And once again, thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate you more than you could know, and you help bring the contentment to me. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.